Good morning, evening, afternoon. Masati on Sunday here. And we're getting close to Christmas. So those who celebrate the holidays, whether it's Hanukkah, it's Christmas, there's so many holidays out there. Let's all celebrate all of them, because they've all been created by humans. So again, let's celebrate being human. It's part of the human project, right? Saving the humans. So, as we go through this world, this is going to be a great Masadi on Sunday. The title, Christ Consciousness Awakening the Divine Within. Okay. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about what's his name? Billy Carson. How many of you guys know of Billy Carson and then, the situation that he got himself into? How many of you guys know that? We'll talk about that as well. If you don't, it's interesting. Um, just waiting to see any comments on Billy Carson. It's quite interesting. He's pretty famous. He's got forbidden knowledge going on. So which is sort of okay. So some of you not into that stuff. All right. Again, we'll talk about that. It's very, very interesting because this is what's going to be coming up. And the reason why I'm talking about that because he's pretty huge. He's pretty huge. Hundreds of thousands of followers. Transformed, say, how we see, ancient wisdom, ancient knowledge. UFO and things of things of that knowledge. And we'll talk about that. But first, I want to get into divine consciousness because it is Christmas, by the way, or coming of Christmas. And this isn't about a religion. It's like, oh shit, I'm Muslim or Buddha or I don't know, the thousands of other religions that are out there. It doesn't really matter. It's a Christ consciousness. It was about a man who got into having a high exponential intelligence quotient again, and that's what it's all about. So that's what we're going to be talking about, and how you can have that or entertain the possibilities of you um becoming completely of self, because that's what it's really about. So we'll dive right in as we do, and then um, we'll get more time to analyze you all or scan you all to see what's going on, see how we can say flip the switch so you can start your path, your journey on accessing the Christ consciousness that's available to everybody. Again, so it's going to be really fantastic. It's not about a religion or spiritual concept. It's about straight out physics of the universe. This man, Christ, figured out the logistics. Since then, not a lot of people have, right? Or very few have even gotten close to scratching the surface on what this individual did. Now, there's been a few before, like Buddha or Muhammad or Abraham or some of those other great individuals that are out there. Again, there's a good number, but I would say maybe less than a dozen that have been out there through history. It's a new opportunity for us in this realm. It's a new opportunity for us to access, because realities are time and space are getting more and more efficient. So it's allowing us to access without trying as hard. Back then it was pretty damn hard. Now you guys have it a lot easier because, well, we've raised our consciousness whether we liked it or not. The distortion that you're seeing because of a higher consciousness, right? And this is part of the Christ consciousness or awakening the divine within that I want to talk about. So, in this transformative episode on Moss on Sunday, Life Explained, well, where we explain the details of how life works from, say, the causal perspective, not a effect perspective. There's a lot of facts here on the effect side, okay, that this reality focuses on. It doesn't help us, and hence that's where we are today. Consciousness is always elevating us, whether we like it or not, but unfortunately, what we're doing is going back in time and holding on to our old consciousness. So again, XI, exponential intelligence, meta science is all about it's all about coming into, say, the cause of your life. Many of you as we've finished up the human upgrade, are starting to see why things are the way they are in your life. All right. So on this again, MOS on Sunday Life Explained, will journey beyond the boundaries of religious doctrine to explore the essence of Christ Himself, the Christ consciousness, not a fictitious, say, character or anything like that. But again, it's the consciousness that He tapped into, not the individual that not the individual, but the elevated states of being, a universal truth that transcends time and space and belief systems. So that's the man that I'm talking about, right? Not the religious doctrine. So it's a path to self-realization where, your infinite potential of possibilities align, seamlessly through pure source. So on this Mass on Sunday, we'll uncover, profound messages of Jesus as a guide, again, as a guide to your higher awareness. It's not about praying to somebody. It's about unlocking the clarity, freedom, and a deeper connection to your true essence. So let's dive in. I just want to clarify, just a few things here. So the first concept of this is the universal message of Jesus. Right? I've gotten some notes written here. One, we'll talk about the universal message of Jesus. Two, breaking free from material illusions. And then three, integrating Christ consciousness into daily life. Right? Again, it's not about a religion, guys. So don't worry about that. Right? It is about actually increasing your faith in anything that you do because it's an elevation of your exponential intelligence. All right. So we'll jump right in. Let's see here. All right. So the universal message of Jesus. So the teachings of Jesus, nowadays they're just confined within the walls of religious institutions or spiritual concepts. And even if you don't practice, say, a specific religion like, Catholicism, Christianity, and there's, Latter-day Saints, and I don't know how many religions are there that have, spawned from Christianity. I think there's like over 1,000. I would say about 1,200 in total. I could be wrong. It could be actually more. So that's a lot of religions, right? A lot of different viewpoints, but should be only one viewpoint. Right. So again, moving out of those institutionalized ideas or concepts and going into, say, the science before the science into what he accessed. Okay. So his message is universal. It doesn't matter what religion, what practice you believe in, even if it's science. If you understand his consciousness, you would understand science a hell of a lot more than normal scientists today. So it speaks to the heart of your evolution. It literally speaks to the heart of your evolution and how to, again, ascend into higher states of being for massive potential and in this journey, as you, well, it was all about divine love. And maybe I'll talk about, would you like me to talk about the difference on, yeah, we'll talk about that as well. If you want me to talk about, the difference between Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, Abraham, okay, those four pillars, and what they brought in, right? Let's talk about that as well. Okay. But Jesus is basically the journey of aligning with divine love, compassion, and truth. Okay. So Jesus embodied Christ's consciousness. Notice that Jesus embodied Christ's consciousness. Christ's consciousness was there well before Jesus. We just named it Christ consciousness, by the way. Right. And that's the key. We just named it Christ consciousness. So again, it's the consciousness that we're tapping into, not the individual person. That way, we release the impurities of, say, the religions offered. Not knocking down the religion, but there's a lot of clarity that needs to be had of or in that religion. All right, let's take a deep breath in. We'll turn this into an experiential episode. So As he embodied Christ consciousness, which not as an exclusive gift. Again, it's not just him, and you just don't have to say pray to him, but it was a gift to all. He opened that space to go, hey, humans can actually step into this consciousness. I can prove it. Right? So again, it's got nothing to do with religions or anything. I might keep saying that just to help you say remove the concepts. And even if you are indoctrinated or totally believe in that religion for one reason or another, you'll get clarity on that. So this exclusive gift again wasn't just his, but as an example of what is accessible to all. So he demonstrated the power of transcending ego, breaking free from, I want to say, societal constructs and reconnecting with the infinite. So with XI, or raising your XI quotient, we can realize that Christ consciousness is a state of resonance. It's a frequency. It's not about worship. It's not about embodying the principles of principles the way Jesus lived. It's got nothing to do with that. It's not about Jesus having a wife or not, and that's what Huff, and the difference between Huff and Billy that we were talking about before. Okay, and that's why I want to talk about that. It literally, Jesus just lived unconditional love, humility, and the courage to step into his highest truth, and that's it. It's got nothing to do with who he was. A lot of times today, we look at somebody, and this thing a few years back, back where having a different sexual preference wasn't the norm, wasn't the standard. Okay, so it was an army general. He's fought, I don't know how many wars. I don't know how many medals. He was an expert at military, in the military. Okay. All right. Again, a total expert. The perfect man for the job. Okay. It was found out that he was gay. And then he had to resign. So this is what we're doing in today's society. Oh, this person's not that perfect, therefore he shouldn't be running this job. Well, his sexuality had nothing to do with running a military operation. How many of you out there look at the political arena out there? Look at, oh, I'm not going to go listen to that guy because I don't believe what he believes in. He's this color. He's this color. She's that sex. Listen to what they have to say. Unfilter, get rid of the filters, and you'll see life from a very, very different perspective. So imagine living a life where your every thought, action, and decision flows from this elevated state. Again, there's no filters. That is what Christ consciousness in action is about. Seriously, guys, just get rid of all the judgment. If you see people, again, as you increase your, hey, buddy, this cat, he starts talking to me every time we do a session and all. All right. But as you start to elevate your XIQ, your exponential intelligence quotient, it's just amazing how, say, non-judgmental you get. It's just that you don't care about, it's not that you don't care. It's just that those individuals don't define who you are. So you don't have to be scared about understanding their point of view. That's what judgment is about, especially in today's consciousness. Perfect. Can you grab that? Yeah, he's such a cute cat. Here, this is the little thing. It's Emmy's cat. I don't know. We've got a couple cats because of Emmy. But hey, buddy, go outside. Very talkative. All right. So, all right, guys. Let's take a deep breath in again. Notice your chest, your ribs. If you're new, welcome. I know it's kind of a crazy concept, But the world of frequencies is quite amazing. We'll talk about the science on some other Masati on Sunday, or you can always go to the website, thexicode.com. Breath in again. All right. So let's get to talking point number 2, breaking free from material illusions. All right. This is the biggest problem in today's world. So many are caught in the illusions of materialism. So whether you're poor or rich, it doesn't really matter. Right? Christ consciousness invites you to see beyond these shadows. It teaches us that true freedom comes from within, from dissolving the illusion of lack, fear, and separation. Okay? All right. So when Jesus said, "The kingdom of God is within you," he wasn't speaking metaphorically. He was pointing to the infinite potential you hold. It's real, guys. But material possessions are temporary. The divine within you is eternal. Through XI, you learn how to release these attachments and embrace a life of abundance of clarity, purpose, and connection. Okay? So you can break free from these illusions. You step into a realm of infinite possibilities where every moment is an opportunity for growth and creation. Okay? I just want to clarify that. So many of you who get into a religious or now spiritual path, as we call it, right, through whatever, especially nowadays, right, where spirituality and religion is coming up, you want to be careful that you don't repeat the old patterns of religions. Because if it didn't work in the past, and look at what's happened in the past, look at those people who have been religious. Not one religion can say, hey, you know what? Those people, they're doing it right. Okay? There might be few scattered here and there, but they're amongst all religions and all spiritual values. So again, is it the religion or is it the frequency of the person that's practicing the religion? So get to that point. I'm not saying, again, don't follow the religions, but observe the religions, what they did right, what they did wrong, and then improve upon it. Just don't go back and go, you know what? I'm fucked up. I'm lost. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just going to go back because there's nothing more for me. You're just recycling. Everybody does that. Even science does that. We don't know what the fuck's going on with this new phenomena. So we're going to apply old mathematics, old physics principles, or old concepts that's worked in the past. We're even going to test the unproven aspect of this new concept that we've got, quantum computers and so on, by our tests of the past. We're going to test new possibilities of healing and growth by remnants of our past. We always cycle back and we go, well, shit, those possibilities can't exist because it wasn't proven by tests that we had in the past. Does that make sense to you? So walk away from that. Move away from that. And the reason why I'm telling you this, again, as Christ said, the kingdom of God lives within. Your infinite potential lives within. Just like Buddha said, again, he didn't say forsake physical wealth. And that's what many people will do coming forward. It's like, fuck, you know what? I'm incomplete. I've even got so much money. I don't know what the hell to do with it. But I'm going to move away from that because it didn't fulfill that deeper need. It's because you created an identity, a physical identity of who you are compared to your physical, say, wealth or lack of. And physical wealth is health, relationships, intelligence, connection to yourself, vibrancy, youth, all that. I'm not just talking about, money or Bitcoin or however you define wealth. The key is Buddha, Jesus. What they said is like, no, 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 no. You do not want to do that because it will constrain you. It will limit you. You will sacrifice what's most important for you to achieve that. And that's what society has done. They've sacrificed the most important aspect of who they are to get this, something frivolous, something that is time bound, something that is gone when you die. It's completely gone. It's becoming more apparent even before you die that wealth, the way we see it, is not working out. That's why many of you are straying away from wealth. Although many people go, I need wealth. If only I had wealth, then I'll be fucking okay. I'll go back to my, understanding myself deeper. Look at Matthew McConaughey. Look at all those individuals. They had everything. Right? Who was it? Um, that said, I think everybody should be rich and famous, so they know that that's not the answer. Uh, Amazing quote. I love that quote. Who's the guy's name? God, Vivek. If you can tell me that guy's, I don't know why I'm blanking out here. Anyway, so let's go to talking point 3. So this is integrating Christ consciousness into daily life. Right? The way we do that is awakening the way you have material wealth properly. Okay? The way Buddha and Jesus talked about it is to awaken Christ consciousness. Again, awakening Christ consciousness is not an event, it's a process. It's a daily practice of realigning with your divine sense. So, how do you begin? First, through observing, through awareness. And it's not your normal, say, awareness. Again, it's not like, oh, look at me. I'm this. I have this much money. Therefore, I am worthy. Um, yeah, Jim Carrey. Thanks, guys. Anyway, Jim Carrey said, I think everybody should be famous and wealthy. To realize that it's not the answer. Yeah, look at all those people that are like that. And unfortunately, there's billions of people that are running towards wealth in that way. It's a facade. It's not going to work out for you. Right? The way to do it is becoming aware of where you are in space and time. It's all about multidimensional space. By the way, it's quantum mechanics are actually starting to say catch up with exponential intelligence science, which is really fantastic. By the way, which is really, really fantastic. All right. So the way you do it, again, the way you practice is through spatial referencing, and simple spatial referencing initially just to get you off. Obviously, some of you who are more advanced, you can start to see, say, different possibilities, different realities. Comment in on that if you'd like. But initial spatial referencing is to observe your reality that you create. Observe the chair. Chair is in front of me. Again, notice, say, your chest. The door is over to my right. Notice the tip of your nose. And as you start to realize that, you'll start to see that. Well, you'll start to see that. You'll start to see that. You'll start to see how you create the reality that you're in. You'll start to see the distortions that you're rendering through. Because when you start to spatial reference and you start to understand, say, the precision of space and how space and time affects everything for you. And again, you might think this is getting away from Christ consciousness. It's really not. This is how Christ did it. He was so present in his state. That's what awakening Christ consciousness is about. Again, it's not an event, it's a process. Every day, become aware of how you are rendering yourself. It moves you away from, say, your physicalness, your mental state. Your mental state has been created from the past, right? What you've gone through, what you've gone through, what abuse patterns, what luck patterns, what successes, what misfortunes, all those things. And then you define your future through the past. In this case, as you become as you become aware of the present moment, you'll start to observe the patterns, beliefs, and habits that disconnect you from source. So what does that mean, disconnect you from source? I know everybody tells you that, right? But in exponential intelligence, what it's really about is where you start to observe how you render yourself beyond space and time. So when you start to become present, you start to connect to your natural source. Your source, the only way to connect to it is the present moment. You can't connect through the past. You can't connect through the future. The only thing about this, again, is becoming present through spatial referencing. And as you become present through spatial referencing or hyper meditations, you start to integrate these principles. These are the same principles of nature. Nature is in perfection all the time because of the concepts that I just talked about. right? Source, now you know what source is. Source is that infinite intelligence that had the intelligence that created this reality. Right? It's got nothing to do of a godhead or anything. If you want to label it that way, that's totally fine. Whatever you believe in, just notice that whatever you believe in as the source or the creator, it's all about the physics of this reality. Right? It's not just some random sense. It's not about some angry man trying to judge you or anything like that. Christ consciousness is the awakening of the divine within. It's the ultimate reminder that you are not separate from source. You are an expression of it, no matter what you believe in. So by embracing your elevated state of being, again, raising your XIQ, you start to align with the infinite potential that Jesus demonstrated can be possible. He created it. Massive healing, instantaneous healing. That's available to us now. XI is on that process of creating instantaneous healing. A lot of you have transformed. How many of you has transformed, by the way, right? Massively. We're doctors and science, they go, it's not possible. That's what we're getting into. So again, Jesus demonstrated, it's provable. Many others demonstrated. He's inviting you all to embody that. Okay? Just think of it. I'm going to challenge you for the next year. I'm going to challenge you for this year, closing off. I challenge you to reflect on one area of your life where you can integrate these principles today. Just one area. Okay. What illusions can you release? What truth can you embrace? And as you do that, you'll start to awaken the divine within. You'll start to realize what that is. You don't need a definition. Some people go, well, what's your definition of divine? Who the fuck cares? It's not a concept here. Once you embrace it, once you go, oh shit, that's what it's about. Many of you have felt that way, right? Through the human upgrade today, right? You go, oh, it's nothing you can literally describe. It's an experience because it goes beyond words. And this is where I say the legacy of infinite love, clarity, and purpose comes through. Right? So always stay connected to the source. It doesn't matter how the hell you define what source is. We're not intelligent enough to know what source is. Okay. Again, it's so massive, it's so expansive, but you can start to feel what source is about by becoming present. And then this is where you start to know that you are the light and the path forward is illuminated by, well, your awakened consciousness. Right? So some of the key takeaways, Christ consciousness is a state. It's a state of being that transcends religious boundaries. Right? And again, I'm inviting everyone to embody divine love, freedom, and truth. Becoming exponentially intelligent allows you to do that in its proper way. Right? Helps you redefine what you see, what love is, what freedom is, what truth is, because that's a problem. In the near future, I'm going to be publishing a book on redefining everything for us, because that's the problem with today's society. Definitions. We all need one definition as a standard. Right? So again, I encourage you, as you integrate this elevated awareness into your lives, you start to transform every moment, and every moment becomes precious. And as every moment becomes precious for you, you'll start to see how precious, say, the physicalness of this reality is. This is where, say, the accumulation of your wealth actually embodies you, right? Because it's become a reflection of who you are. Okay. Just want to answer some quick questions. How much time we got? 11 o'clock. Okay. Absolutely right, Michael. Hopefully that all made sense. I was crying. Oh, that's so beautiful. It's an experience of purity. Exactly. So Mossy cracked me up. I know I'm the people go, a lot of people refer me, it's like, gosh, I need somebody spiritual. I need someone, help. I've got cancer and this and that, who's spiritual, because like, what's the spiritual connotation to my cancer and my diseases and my shortcomings? And, a lot of you refer your friends and so on. So thank you for that. Also, subscribe to this channel as well, refer them to your friends. And then they come meet me, and then it's like, damn, he doesn't look spiritual. He doesn't talk spiritual. So yeah, because I'm not. Well, I'm spiritual in the proper way. Right? I know the logistics. I know the science. That's what spirituality is. Understanding, having a strong footing, knowledge on how the science of this reality works, and then you experience the divine love, the divine connection that everybody out there talks about that doesn't know shit about it, really. And this is what we're going to get into. Say Billy Carson. Some of you might know it, some of you might not know it. Again, take a look at it. Again, Billy Carson, I kind of know him, not too deep, but I've had him on my podcast. Amazing guy, but this is where things start to unravel for people. So whether it's Billy Carson or whether it's a lot of people out there, like Kamala Harris, or a lot of those types of individuals, again, reality, the truth comes out. And then as truth comes out, well, what happens is people like Wesley Huff. Now he's a Bible expert. He knows all the details, of the scriptures and everything like that. Right? And that's what we're getting into. Is that, and I predicted this a while back. Where where society, it doesn't match our, say, concept of how it works. Again, it's not extrapolating itself. So consciousness or realities are not extrapolating themselves through through the past. This is where, like Billy Carson, Wesley Huff, right? We're exploring the nature of truth and what's happening. Truth is coming out, whether you believe in whatever you believe in or not. Again, the truth of, say, consciousness, or the truth of how this reality is working, is coming out for us. And it doesn't match our normal paradigm. And this is where people are going to hold on to their truth. They're going to be so they're going to be so staunch about holding on to the truth. Unfortunately, Billy Carson's truth doesn't come from this reality, and that's the problem. It doesn't come from, but what he sees, again, he goes into multidimensional realms. I've talked to him, personally, and it's like, Billy, you're not completely here. You're all over the place. So that knowledge might be true in some dimension of time and space. It doesn't work out well in this pattern. It doesn't work out well, and that knowledge that's out there doesn't, say, quite jive with the knowledge that's here. Another realm that maybe Billy's knowledge existed in, but again, it doesn't work here, Billy. And this is what's happening to those individuals. Many of you might know. Now, Billy's pretty popular. Many of you might know friends. It's like, where's this knowledge coming from? They're fucked up. They're not really fucked up. It might be true in their dimension of time and space. You're going to see more and more of that, and that's why I'm talking about it. Okay, as realities become more and more transparent, you, especially if you're exponentially intelligent, you'll start to see, it's like, holy shit, now I know why this person is, hey, a little unstable or distorted or whatever they are. Believe in what they believe. And most of us would go, they believe in this and it's not true because it's not scientifically proven. Therefore, they're fucked up. They should be in a mental institution. You shouldn't listen to them. In the near future, since realities or consciousness is peeling away and you get to see, say, the underlying workings of all this, what'll happen for you is that you'll go, oh, that's why that person, and so judgment gets removed, and you literally will start to see why that person is the way they are. And this is where real truth comes through. Everybody has their own truth, and everybody today is fighting for their own truth. Everybody is blind, however, to go, wait a second, that's their truth. They're in a different dimension of time and space. This is my truth. Once people start to understand that, they start to understand spatial referencing for those who are intermediate advanced referencers. And then from there, what'll happen for us is that you start to see, say, the infinite truth, where Jesus is. And you'll go, oh, and this is where we start to embrace everybody's differences. As we embrace everybody's differences, we all start to elevate. And then the lies that people live, the distortions of who they think they are, the diseases of, who they, the diseases that have defined them, the wealth and poverty that has defined people. You elevate from that because those are all lies. Right? That's why I wanted to get into, say, Billy Carson from Forbidden Knowledge, and Wesley Huff. Right? So exploring the nature of truth through XI metascience. So some of the talking points where I'm just going to go through it quickly. Truth as a multidimensional construct. Right? Again, truth as a multidimensional construct. Right? So truth is not singular or absolute. If it exists on multi dimensions, shaped by the consciousness level, time frames, and filters that you're in. Right? So through which you perceive. So, debates, or again, arguments, you'll see more and more of that, often represent two sides of the same prism. So reflecting different facets of, a huge, larger truth. And that's the problem. Through XI, we start to understand, again, as we elevate, that the pursuit of truth is not about proving others wrong, but about transcending the personal filters that limit your perspective on how they see their truth. Right? So, how can we expand our awareness to see beyond these constructs and approach? Right? Well, from higher resonance. Again, we have to elevate ourselves up here, not be in, say, the realm or the distortions or the filters that we create ourselves. So, number one, and I'm not going to go through all of this, guys, just because of time. So, one, the role of filters. Start to see. So, when you look at that, and by the way, Billy Carson fucked up. He was trying to prove his truth out in a dimension, in this dimension. It doesn't fucking work. People, and then, Wesley Huff, he's like, look, Billy, what you're telling me about the Bible is not of here. Jesus didn't have a wife, and so on and so on. Again, Wesley's concept is like, you know what? It doesn't hold water according to how we've proven things in the past. Again, if Einstein brought about, the concepts of, all the theories that he had in today's world, people would lock him up. It's like Albert, and they locked him up in the past. It's like, Albert, you're going crazy because look, in the past it's worked this way. So this is what Wesley Huff. So on both sides, again, Billy's fucked up, Wesley's fucked up, and you'll see, as you become the observer, you'll see both sides of the debate, and that's where truth for you comes in, and that's what's important. It doesn't matter who you believe in or what you believe in, because they're both fucked up. What I'm telling you, as you go through the process, by the way, okay, is that as you pull away, you'll start to see why they say what they say. And then for you, you start to say, reference where they're coming from, and then you start to go, oh shit, I'm creating myself in this aspect. And then you start to release all the distortions and filters that are created by culture, upbringing, personal experiences of our identity. And these filters often determine which truth resonates with you. And that's really the key. And this is where, debates like Carson and Huff, it's not the content of their arguments that matter, but the integrity of their frequencies. Both of them are fucked up. Right? Are their perspectives aligned with the purity of source? That's what you need to ask yourself. Or are they distorted by ego, personal agendas, societal expectations, old science? XI literally helps you render or see things from a different point of view. And this is where clarity and resonance, regardless of, say, dimensions from which truth is accessed, there's all sorts of, this is where you start to see real truth. A lot of truth in the CEO shooting. The kid that shot, the CEO, the United Healthcare CEO. He doesn't fit any of the profile of a fucked up kid that shoots. He's a highly intelligent person. You're going to start to see those paradigms. It's like, well, he had a hard life. He had this. He had that. It's like, it doesn't fit the profile of a guy that just comes out and shoots somebody. It just doesn't fit. You'll see a lot of your truths, or a lot of the truths that you, a lot of your beliefs that you believe in, the truths that you believe in, they're not going to hold water for you. And you're going to start to see a lot of debates about this, by the way. Okay? People butting heads all the time. It's not going to work out. So truth is not about dominance or validation as we end, but it's about alignment and resonant with the infinite. I just want to say that again. Right? Truth is not about dominance or validation, but alignment and resonance with the infinite. So again, these discussions should not divide, but they're an opportunity for you not to go again one or the other, but it's an opportunity for yourself, because what's in it for you? But it's an opportunity for you to elevate yourself and those around you towards a greater harmony with source, because that's overall, that's what you're seeking in the truth of others. You're not going to find it. So all you have to do again is observe where they're coming from. Helps you understand where you're coming from. It allows you to elevate. Right. All right. Hopefully this was an intense Masati on Sunday. Yes. Thanks, buddy. All right. As we get into it, by the way, we're doing a holiday special, 50% off. Oh, awesome. 50% off almost all products that have been recorded products, evergreen products. Again, society, a lot of people going through some tough times. We're doing our part, and these massive, these things could change your life. Okay? So these are past recordings that we've done, recent recordings that we've done. It's all 50% off. So the code is on your newsletter. So sign up for the newsletter to get 50% off pretty much everything that's in our library. Okay? No live events, by the way, but 50% off anything that we've done in the past as a recording for you. Okay. Newsletter. Oh, the newsletter is coming out this next Tuesday. Yeah, this coming Tuesday. So right before Christmas. So it's a great way to start your year, guys. You still have a whole, over a week and a half to get into it, to just let go of the past, leave the past from the past, and then start a fresh new year. So we're just helping all those individuals, again, who have the brilliance, but they don't have the physicalness of this reality, the abundance. So we're helping out there. All right. All right. Another announcement. Snap Lee, great friend of mine, created this app. It allows you to save money on purchases that you make anyway. Literally, that's all. So go to Snaply. I think it's in the chat, link in chat from people. Yeah. So the link is in the chat. Again, it's a friend of mine that developed this app. So like Home Depot. I love Home Depot. I spend a lot of money there, tens of thousands. For construction. Doing construction. I spend all that money anyway. So if you buy a gift card through Snaply, okay, they give you like 5 or sometimes 10% off the purchase. So you buy a gift card, you get 5-10% back from their purchase, and then you use your gift card to purchase whatever, not your credit card. Right? So think of it as a savings account. I myself has saved just in the short time that I've tried it. I was kind of helping fix the bugs on this app. Amazing. I've saved a couple $100. Pretty amazing, right? It's money that you're spending anyway. So give it a try. It'll be worth it. Let's just say. Also universal power frequencies. That's coming up for us as well on the 25th. We're going to get into, say, the Christ consciousness, the actual frequency of that. Yeah, UPF, universal power frequencies, festive glow, December 25th on Christmas, bringing in, say again, the consciousness of Jesus, not the man, not the religion, but his consciousness that he tapped into. Okay? It's quite awakening. For those who've gone through that process, did that last year as well, this year is going to be more expansive because you're more expansive. All right. So for the time we have left, let's scan you all, if you don't mind. Again, I'm not a doctor. I don't claim to cure anybody. But as you awaken your higher self, you start to cure your own self, right? All right. So if you want me to analyze you or scan you, see what's going on with you, to help you into that Christ consciousness, just let me know. Yep. Uh, what past medi is good for autoimmune? Yeah, so autoimmune, past human resets that we've got, the addiction series, guys. It's amazing, the addiction series. How many people's lives that addiction series has saved? All that is 50% off. Okay, so again, amazing things. I would highly recommend vaccine after effects for us all. For some reason, I just feel, that whoever, could be nature, it could be some other source. You never know, right? There might be a virus, so you want to be, healthy to go through that process. Or some of you who are awakening and still having that long COVID issues and so on like that, the vaccine after effects would do you really good. All right. Can we use Snaply in Canada? I think you can. Think you can. I'm not exactly sure. This one, Joan Holst. I would love a scan to see if I'm on the right path for me. Yes, Joan, you actually are on the right path. There seems like something has let go of you. Okay, so you're not carrying maybe the burdens of others or anything like that. Could be a loved one or whatever. But as you're going forward, from what I'm seeing, it's just like you start to realize, you start to understand. So whatever that disconnect was for you, it allowed you to awaken and expand. It's like somebody helping you from the other side, basically. Right. So yes, this is NK. Hi, Moss. Please scan me. Again, notice I don't need your name. I don't need your exact name. I don't need a photo of you. I don't need to know when you're born, what time, and all that stuff. It's just you have an IP address, a frequency IP address. That's what I tap into. Okay. All right. So NKNK. It just seems like you're always like excited about things, but the excitement or struggle, I would say, comes from, well, struggle. So you've turned struggle into excitement. It's an adventure for you. It's like, gosh, so you get excited about it, but then in a short time, what'll happen for you is like you're excited about it, but it didn't move you away from the struggle. So again, you've got a nice mindset in this scenario, where you're, hey, we're going to try this out, but then it doesn't release you from, again, what you're trying to remove. So take a deep breath in. So basically your life goes in cycles. You're kind of down and out. You get excited about this possibility working out for you, and then it's like, oh shit, it didn't work out, right? So you go cycle back down, and then you get excited about it. So in this case, let's just break you from this cyclical pattern. A lot of people are like that. By the way, society's like that, right? They're excited about a new technology. This is going to save the world, and then unfortunately, what happens? That technology pulls us down even more, right? All right. Gwen, can you describe the difference between Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, and Abraham? We're kind of running out of time, so let's do that some other time. Or what I'll do is I'll create a YouTube video. So sign up for this channel, and we'll put it out there. All right, for you. May I have a scan, please? Please, this is Pamela M. May I have a scan, please? Sure. So, Pamela, I don't know if you have gut issues from what I'm seeing. You might have physical gut issues, but every time you go through transformation, uh, yeah. So every time you go through transformation, your gut kind of tenses up or acts. So be mindful of that. That's kind of your pendulum. Okay. So in this case, whatever you've done with XI, Pamela, what you're doing is you're using that as a pendulum again. So if your gut starts to act up, and it gets really, really tense, that is the direction of your old self. So you've created two opportunities for you again through XI, uh, human upgrade or whatever else that you've done. Again, you've done a great job. So now you have a path. Do you choose your old self, your new self? So when your gut starts acting out, right? Some of you might be in the neck, your chest, whatever, right? If somebody goes, hey, let's go do this, and then your gut starts getting wrenched. It's like, oh my God. It's like, don't do that. But somebody goes, "Hey, let's go do this," and it's not the what you're doing, right? It's the frequency behind what you're doing. Somebody goes, "Hey, let's go do this," and it's like you feel expansive in the gut area. Then it's like, "Oh yeah, that's your new self." Literally, very very clear for you. Okay, so nice job. By the way, if I scan you, it's not just you. I'm scanning other people who are running that similar pattern. Hamas, can I have a scan, please, for my crypto investments? Overall, again, not a financial analyst, but overall, you'll start to see a dip in all aspects, and then you'll start to, like I predicted. Uh, Again, we predicted taking off from about 70, right? So hopefully you got the jump on that. It's really a great opportunity. I would just wait, maybe. I would just wait a tiny bit, maybe a couple days, a week. Not exactly sure on the timing. I don't have a chart in front of me, but it'll dip down, it'll settle. And then this is where, okay, just to make it really, really simple, when you start to see on the general news that doesn't really tell you about cryptos or the stock market or anything, it's like, shit, it's a dangerous time. You better get out and this, all that. When you start to see that on the general news, not financial systems, news or anything like that, but on the general news, right? You'll start to see it's like, gosh, it's about, the markets are going to fail, this and this and that. Okay. This is where you want to buy in. So do the opposite of what the general news tells you. You'll be totally fine if you know nothing else. But I would get into, again, some kind of cryptos uh, or hard assets, because the value of the dollar, the value of most currencies might not be there for you. Bitcoin might be a little different as value transfers over. All right. Um, This one, Miss G. Last Sunday's frequencies were amazing. At 56, my menstrual cycle came back on the Monday. Fantastic. So again, a lot of women, those are physical representations of how powerful XI frequencies are. They're inception frequencies. They're not your normal frequencies. As I was logging into my YouTube account, this frequency, 101 frequency, like 101 hertz. It's the divine frequency. It'll heal everything. Bullshit. I mean, it's kind of nice. Yeah, it's fine. But divine frequencies isn't one. Divine frequencies is a spectrum of frequencies. It's not just one frequency. So again, you can listen to those. Again, it might be more of a, say, hypnosis for you or mental state to get you into the right zone. But if you want true frequencies, you really need to access, say, inception frequencies, and that's what makes XI different. It goes to the cause. All the other things, chakras, auras, energy systems, and so on, that's of the physical nature. You want inception frequencies. To access inception frequencies like I do, you literally have to be of a pure resonance. And that's why things that we do here are fantastically, well, transformative. And this is where amazing things can happen. At 56, you can get your menstrual cycle back. Some of you go, "Oh shit, that sucks." Well, that's a sign of youth and harmony. It's a sign of getting a second chance on life, right? All right. Just a couple more. Can you scan me? This is Svetlana, Dragic. Can you scan me, please? Yes, you're finally getting out of your head. Something is, there's always something that imprisons you or binds you. And now it's like you've got the freedom. So sometimes when we're like this, we go, well, it's the government that's imprisoning me. It's this that's imprisoning me. It's my parents that are imprisoning me. But you're older. You know what I mean? But we're still running from that pattern, kind of like a Pavlovian response, right? You were imprisoned, you were shunted by your parents, and now it's like I'm living still shunted and imprisoned. Again, get out of it. Not from a mental state, because that's really really hard to do, but go to the core level, the cause, through again XI frequencies, inception frequencies. And as you do, you're not running from your old self, you're running from your new self. And Svetlana, that's what you're doing. It's like, oh shit, it's like you've literally awakened and go, hey, I'm out of prison, I don't need to run this. And so Svetlana and many of you, run. Just keep running. Don't fucking look back. There's nothing to look back. Just keep running into your brilliant future. Okay. All right. As can you help me out with your menstrual cycle, Anna? Yes. So what we're gonna do, by the way, there's so many people, so many women who go through the process, menstrual cycle issues, pregnancies, hormonal disruption, and so on like that. So in the next year, we're going to do something specific about that, since so many women are asking. If you don't have those frequencies, by the way, your core level frequency of feminine frequencies like that, okay, you're not going to be a powerful woman. By the way, being a powerful woman, you'll turn into a man like many of the women out there, right? So again, you need to create the foundation. That's what we're going to do next year for you, right? John DeMoss, oh, can you scan? You lost it, but anyway, John, sure. One last, where is it? Hey, John. So anyway, for you, John, uh, there's also awakening for you. I think you've put to bed a lot of the patterns. For you, John, what you've done, and again, this is the past. Let's just get rid of it for you. For you, what you've done is literally, in the past, you'd always go, well, I need to fix this first before I move forward. So say something happened to you at 12. Okay, many people are like that. This happened to me at 12. I need to resolve it, damn it. And you're, in your 40s or whatever, right? And it's like, so this is always stuck. This moment of time is always stuck for you. So what you've done through XI, again, congratulations, is basically, it's like, you know what? I don't, the way to fix this is like you heal yourself here, and then you can go back and repair it, your 12-year-old self. And it's better than therapies that take decades. This is where you start to, again, go back into it. It's like, oh shit, that's why it happened. And it creates a domino effect forward for you. And then you heal the present moment. So you're not just healing, or again, you're not putting a bandage on your 12. You're closing that time frame up, creates the domino effect. Your present moment, say, shifts and transforms. Unlike psychology or anything that's out there. Again, that's true healing. That's healing from the source, right? And this is where you come into harmony. All right, guys, wishing you all a fantastic holiday, no matter what you celebrate or don't. All right, guys. As we end, notice the details of what you're noticing. All right, peace.